channel, Madison. Don't try. I have these two words tattooed on me, once on my finger right here where I can always see it, and once again on my arm here, which wasn't, it didn't actually say don't try, it said try, and then I changed it to say don't try, and I want to talk a little bit about that in this video, which is about this guy, Nico, my friend Nico, who wrote a book. He just put his first book out, Exist. Nicholas Nageo, I think I'm saying your name right. You always tell me that I am, but I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. But I wrote a piece in this book, and I'm going to read it out on this video. On the subject of motivational thinking and motivational self-motivation, I say don't try to myself in the mirror every day. And the sentiment behind it is kind of a prelude to do something. Don't try, just do, right? Don't try. If you try to do something, you're not doing it. If you're trying, you're not doing, right? Don't try, do something. Don't try. Charles Bukowski. I don't know the story correctly, but I took the sentiment, I took what it means to me. He was invited to write a huge piece for this American publication, and instead of writing this piece about motivational and how to succeed and how to write and how to be creative, he just wrote those two words, don't try. And they went on to be engraved on his gravestone. So if you visit his gravestone, it just says don't try. When you're trying to do something, you're not actually doing something. So I discovered Nico on Instagram. He made some really beautiful compositional photographs. He does some really beautiful compositions with his photography, with his editing, and his appreciation really stood out to me. He tagged me on Instagram, and his work really stood out because of the amount of effort that he put in, and the amount of, you can tell a Nico photograph just by looking at it. So I got in touch with him, and I gave him a job, and he still works. He works for Illusionist, is their photographer, I believe he's their head photographer. He's done a lot of work for me, and he's been there for me at times when I've needed him. And he came over to the UK one time, and I took him to the tattoo studio, to Electric Picture House, and Rob tattooed us with the same word, try. It's on my arm right here, try. So we got a shared tattoo, but then afterwards, maybe a day or two afterwards, I struggled to adapt to the word try. Like I don't like the word try, especially when I had don't try here. So without being offensive to Nico, without kind of disgracing the memory of getting the shared tattoo, I just put the word don't in front of it. So we do have the same tattoo, and the same sentiment. Me and Pete McKinnon we got the same tattoo of kings on our arms, and I didn't like the idea of having a shared thing that had different meanings now. The meaning has changed so much for me and Pete towards what this brand became, and what it's become now is just, I'm so glad to be away from it. I got think like above it. The sentiment was there from the beginning, the idea was there from the beginning. Think like kings, live like kings, die like kings. So although they're the same, Pete's and mine are the same, they're different. The same with Nico's and mine. Don't try. If you're trying, you're not doing. If you're trying, you're not doing. Don't try, just do it. Just do it. So this is Nico's book, Exist. Now, if you're familiar with my channel and my videos, you'll know about this tattoo and what it means, Exist. It's a very recent tattoo I got this year, and I got it tattooed backwards so that I can see it in the mirror every time I look at it. Just a reminder to exist and stay here, you know. Not leave this place, but stay here and exist. And there was a little secret hidden in there that Nico's pointed out in his book. By rubbing out the S, you do get exit. So what you're gonna do, exit or exist. I wrote a piece from Nico's book, and that's why I wanted to make this video to to read out my piece. Nico's written a really lovely note to me in the book, but it's very personal to me, so I'm not gonna read that out here. So Nico, the 10 of clubs, the piece that I wrote to him is called Don't Try. We are controlled by either love or fear. Our every decision in life comes down to one of the two. We say yes or no because we love somebody or something. We say yes, we say no because we are afraid of the outcome or of the responsibility that we assume because of our choice. My life is my art. I have created and I continue to create my own reality within the constructs of my malleable environment. Any other way of living would not deserve my life. For this passion, I am often saddened to watch artists who have, through love or fear, become unable to commit to living life as their art. Through fear, I've seen artists attempt to hold other people accountable for their failure to progress and succeed. A fear of the unknown, a fear of failure, and the need to have anybody but themselves to blame for their inabilities. What if this? What if that? Ha! Fear has become the enemy of art for so many artists, when in fact it should become the fuel. Fear drives me. Fear forces me to fight back and say no. I will not fail. I will continue to fail, and through my failures and through my struggle, I will create the beautiful anything. Anything can be anything. You can create anything. So that this life is mine, and that these days do not bury me and fade me into the nothingness of mundane normality. There's something that the tweet that stuck with me that I saw this year. I'll talk about after this book, after I read this page. Through fear, I've seen artists hold back on their offerings, unable to pluck up the courage to put their art out into the universe. I don't feel ready. I'm not qualified. Fuck that. You will never be ready, and nothing other than experience and the experimental nature of creating art will qualify you as an artist. It took me 20 years. It took me 20 years to feel comfortable with calling myself an artist. 20 years that I lost to fear. Art is created from a balance of love and fear, and the acknowledgement that without pain or struggle, it will never be worth it. Art is a fight for freedom. You may never get there, but if you don't even try, then you have failed in the worst possible way, and you do not deserve a life of art. In the hope that these words can cut like a rusty blade, I will leave you with a tattoo shared by Nico and I. Try. Nico joined me in the UK. He filmed for me, and we sat together to have the same tattoo of the word try. A week later, I added the word don't to my tattoo. To try is to give yourself an excuse. To try is to prepare for failure. At least I tried. These two words once changed the life of Charles Bukowski, and they are now engraved on his gravestone, and for the same reason, they're etched into my arm. As artists, we do not try. We just do. Don't try. Just do. There was a tweet that went up. I follow this theatrical movement. I I put on my Instagram. I follow this theatrical movement, this theater that does something so different. It comes kind of from the soul, from a place, from a weird place, from a strange place that can't really be, that I've not seen accessed in many other places. Slauson Recreational Center in California. And one of the tweets, he said, there's one death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes. There's one suicide for every estimated 25 suicide attempts. An estimated 250,000 people each year become suicide survivors. I make art so that I don't have to kill myself. Don't be lonely, come around. That stuck with me, you know, that cause that's me, you know. And I kind of picked that up from, you know, reading that book, reading what I wrote. I wrote that when I was there. Nico, you can still pick up this book. You can still get this book. I'll leave a link in this video description. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this book, Nico. I'm really happy to be a part of this. You know, not enough people reach out to me. You know, I'm here, I'm waiting, I'm for anything creative and anything meaningful and progressive. I would, with open arms, be a part of something that's there to help, something meaningful that's there to help. Just take that from this video. Don't try, just do. I am Daniel Madison. Thank you for spending this time with me.